Life has different styles of formation, one of them being skill-based formation. Desire is the key to motivation, but its determination, commitment, and endurance to unrelenting pursuit of your goal. A commitment to excellence that will enable you to attain the success you seek. Here in Mount Alverna Novitiate, our goal is to cultivate the spirit of being all-rounded person by doing every kind of works, by the use of our hands, and not only basing our minds on white-collar jobs. For excellence is not a singular act, but habit. In poultry department, we meet novice Maria Teresa, who is in charge in this department, and she is ready to tell us more about it. I'm very surprised I can see many men and they look very beautiful. And here is Maria Teresa, and we are seeing she's enjoying working in this department. Maria Teresa, how are you feeling working in this department?
I welcome you to this department of our poultry. I'm so grateful that you have come to visit me today. This is the one of the departments that makes us grateful as a community. We really benefit from this department. To me, poultry is the act of keeping birds, but myself, I have specialized in keeping chicken. And this chicken, they have really become the main benefactor to our community. Taking care of these chicks, it really needs time and sacrifice, and out of it, we are gaining skills which are making Mount Alverna to be known and to become a very good place for learning.
Are you feeding this all these chicks? I can see there are many in number. And first, may I ask you, do you know the number of all these chicks you are rearing?
The chicks there, they are 146. The one which are here. Feeding them, we always buy for them food. But sometimes we make for them food locally. We can mix maize bran, beans, some silverfish, then we take for grinding. That's why when you look at them, they are heavy. They are just 1 month, but you look at them, the size, they are fat because of the feeding. Then on addition of that, we have made a garden just special. We have planted some skuma wheat. Those skuma wheat, we give them, the importance of greenness in our diet. That's why they do healthy. When someone wants to start poultry farming, I would advise you to get a conducive place where to put your poultry. The way you see this place is conducive for them. The house should have enough space. This sawdust, the floor, it is made of cement, so it is very cold. When I put this sawdust, it becomes warm. So this sawdust provides warmth to my chicks and they will feel nice. These timbers, I want them, the chicks also to make exercise. The way you are seeing they are jumping, they jump always on it. Then sometimes when I bring vegetables, I will tie the vegetables here on the timber. I will not put them down. So they eat vegetable. I can also touch those greens that I always search for them so that they can eat from there. Then feeding. You should feed them well. In the morning you have to come and check on them. You give them food. Then you make sure that they take in much water. That water helps them not become sick all the time. Then it really needs time. You have to give them time. And you have to check like this one, mine here. When I come in the morning and I'm giving them food after sweeping and giving them food and water, I check on their eyes. Sometimes you may find that their eyes are swollen, and when you are not observant, that one can make them die. The products from my poultry department. We get white meat, at least now, which has reduced the cost of buying meat. You know, the price of things have raised up, but now we are not bothered. Just get our white meat from our chicken. The eggs, we are able to eat as a community, whereby we get proteins. Then we are able to sell to the nearby communities. Then poultry department, it has created friendship with nearby people who are surrounding us, because when they come in to buy, we become friends, which is also bringing unity between us and the community around. We also get their dropping. This dropping, we don't throw them. We have made a place where we put them so that they may decompose. Then after their decomposition, that's what we use as our manures.
Beside poultry keeping in Mount Alverna, we also practice livestock keeping, which is also another department which brings interest in the community. It's a department where we find novice Faith Justin has got a lot of interest and she is ready to tell us more. Let's take a look.
I have an interest in dairy production. Dairy production in itself is the rearing of livestock for the production of meat and milk. And I've come to enjoy to practicing this habit because this has been my practice since childhood.
And here with us, we can see the animals looks very healthy. Which kind of food are you normally used to feed these animals?
Okay, feeding them, it varies. Like we have the napier grass around there, then we cut for them and we feed them at intervals. Like in the morning hours, we cut and feed them in the troughs there. And after milking, later on, we also give them some dairy milk. This dairy milk improves the quality of milk and also the quantity. Like for instance, we did this in order to balance also the diet. Just like the human beings, we always take the variety of food and diet to supplement others.
I can see you also have this kind of food. How do we call this one?
These ones are the maize husks, and we also give them to also stimulate milk production. And we don't give them just in a dry like that. We also add some molasses, and it also helps the cows to keep on producing milk.
How many times do you normally milk these animals?
Okay, we milk them twice a day in the morning, not thrice a day, in the morning, the mid-afternoon, and also in the evening. For your information, we have also named them. This one is Joy, and then this one is Immaculate. Now, for instance, when I'm coming to milk, I just call Joy, and it enters to its milking place, and it is aware that its name is Joy. Initially, we had 3 cows, and when I was trying to calculate the production of milk, and I found that it is hard to keep 3 cows, and so that's why we reduced to 2, because we are able to manage them, we are able to provide for them.
Those milk that you normally milk from these cows, are you using them or you are selling them?
The milk that we get from our animals, we use them for our consumption and also for the sale. And also for the droppings that we get from our animals, we don't just waste them. Instead, we preserve them there for decomposition. And after they have decomposed, we use them for as manure. So anything that our cows produce is not a waste. I enjoy working with animals, and I would also like to encourage all people to work. It is not only that we only work for our consumption, but also we also do this to attract more people to come and find out what we are doing here. Because many people think that here in Mount Alverna Novitiate, we only cultivate the virtue of prayer.
Last but not least, the difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a man's determination. This tells us that Mount Alverna, the earth, is not just soil beneath our feet. It's a sacred place where seeds of handwork are also sown. Handwork is a hobby in this place. Here we find novice Stella to explain to us more about the handwork in Mount Alverna Novitiate. You can see you have a very nice items.
For us here, we have very nice items, as you can see. Like we have this one. This one, it is called a Soviet holder. We have two types of Soviet holder. This one, the square one, and we also have the rectangle one, this one. So when you want to use this one, we just put Soviets inside, but this one might be hard for a visitor to know that Soviets are inside here. So you can display your Soviets here, then you put on the table. And then we have this one, like here we have something like this one. This one we are using for carrying the Bible. When I have a celebration, maybe Jubilee or even as a wedding ceremony, and you don't want to carry the Bible in your hands, you can put the Bible inside here, then you carry it. Then for this one, it is a pen holder. Most of people normally spread their pens on the table in their offices. So if you don't want to spread your pens on the table in the office, you just put your pens inside this pen holder. Then it will be easier for a person to pick the type of pen a person wants. And when you come to this one, this is a creativity of a fruit holder. So, as a religious, we normally take much fruits. So we normally use the fruit holder instead of putting the fruits in a plate or in a platter. Then you arrange on the table, but instead you just display here different kind. You can put an orange, a lemon, a mango, a banana, an apple together with a kiwi fruit. You can put it inside here. Then you display it for an individual now to take the best that is based on, or he or she is based on. And we come to this kind of things. These are called the table mats. You can say that in villages at home, you normally put the food in the bowls, then you arrange them on the table. But as a religious, to make the table look nice and also to make the table not to be spoiled, you use these ones to you put these table mats on the table before you put the bowls for your food. Because some foods are served when are too hot, they can make the table to be spoiled. So you arrange these table mats. You can take your favorite color, like you have the brown, you have two browns, you have this one and you have this one. You have the blue color, also there are two, the dark one and the sky blue one. And we come to this, like these ones are rosaries. We also make some rosaries for PMC, for CWA, and for just a Christian, a normal Christian. We make here different kinds of rosaries, which we also sell at different amounts. We have the key holders here. It is difficult to explain for a person that the keys are supposed to have the holder so that they may not get lost. But for us, when we started making some things like this, we realized that you can put your key here, then you can walk with your key without any fear that one might fall or it can get lost. But instead, you just use this one to hold your keys. And we have also these are called the bangles. They are not rosaries, but we have the medals of Mother Mary. We find some have the medals of Mother Mary, Sacred Heart, and the Holy Family of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And this you can just put them on to make your hand look nice. For decorations, you make your hand look nice. And also it is one way of evangelizing Christ, because when you are working with a sacred picture of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, it also reflects that this kind of a person is a Christian, and indeed it is a Catholic. And how to make, you can see like this one, I'm making a table mat. So you just start with 6 beads, the middle ones, just one pattern like this. Then after putting the 6 beads, now after you have put the small one and the middle one, then you start going by 5. You just put 5, then you You will make something like this one, but this one it is too small. For it to be like this, it's supposed to have 11 layers. So this one are 2 layers. So these ones are 3. I still continue putting the beads in one thread. Now there are 2 like this ones. Then you put one side. Like this ones, we have 4 beads. 2 beads are here where the thread is passing. Now you put 4 beads in one side. Then you cross with another one like this. What inspired me much in making these things is when I first joined the novitiate. Because for us, you have to pass through stages, and we can say the first stage, which is aspirancy, we just made the rosaries like these ones, and the hand rosaries, not the bangles, but hand rosaries. And when we moved to the postulate house, we also knew to make the rosaries, the hand rosaries, and this kind of mats, the Uzi ones. So when I joined the novitiate, I came and saw people are making different kinds of beadwork, and whenever somebody was making something, you can say like this one and the one which is not here, the cutlery which you are using to put the cutleries. I admired how the person was making, and also I had that desire of learning the skills of making the beadwork. Then that is how I came to get interest on learning the handwork for beads, and I asked them to teach me how they were making, and they taught me. Since I have the skills, I can be taking my extra time, my leisure time, instead just of resting, but instead I can make something for beadwork. Then I sell to the people, either religious or lay, after explaining the use.
And so the story of Mount Alverna Novitiate continues to unfold. A story of faith, stewardship, and transforming power of love. Well begun is half done. The price of success is hard work, dedication to job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand. Join us as we cultivate the spirit of being all-rounded person in Mount Alverna.